man?
Yeah, it's 4 feet tall and smells like cheap hair gel.
Well, you're an oversized klutz and your feet smell like motor oil.
You're bossy, you're rude, you got no taste in music.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the DC fan site that'll have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. We are continuing our run of George Perez's and Len Wein's, Marv Wolfman run on the new Teen Titans. So now we've got the new Teen Titans number 4. This issue is from 1981, and we've got here the Justice League against the Teen Titans. And this cover by George Perez here. Take another look at it. George Perez, rest in peace, my man. One of the greatest. One of them. The greatest of all time is subjective, so I just say one of them. Doesn't matter. He's in the top 10. You know, there have been hundreds of, thousands of pencilers, and even if you're in the top 100, you are, you definitely qualifies you as a GOAT. So here we go. Prologue. We're in space here, and during this time, the JLA had like a satellite headquarters here. I've traced those evil emanations at last, and I can tell you they're overwhelming in power. So you can see here on a nice vertical panel here, you can see the Earth and the satellite here, and we've got Zatanna here. If we delay even a moment more, I frankly fear for the fate of our world. And so it's amazing how much information you can get in just such a small space here. And so here's Green Lantern. Then what are we waiting for? Let's move it. So Batman, Green Lantern, Zatanna, I believe. Yep. We've got the Atom and Hawkman here. And the Atom says, if Zatanna is right, we could be in for one heck of a battle. And here comes Wonder Woman. We'll be ready for it, Atom. The Justice League fights as one. So now it doesn't look like Superman was here during this time. So Green Lantern says, this is up your alley, Zatanna. What are we looking for? And she says, a magic greater than any I've ever encountered, Green Lantern. And Hawkman says, it's a mystic ceremony of some sort. And Wonder Woman says, Hawkman, we've been spotted. Hawkman says, careful, Wonder Woman, on your guard. And here, Earthlings, they will seek to stop us. Let them try. Morak, they will not succeed. Not while we control the Necroma force, it says in there. So, alright. And so here they are attacking the Justice League here. And Green Lantern says, mind going numb, can't use my ring. Of course, he controls his ring using willpower. So if you can't concentrate, you have no will here. And Zatanna says, no, their power, I can't fight it. And Batman says, such power. And if they don't show any signs of strain, so nobody else says anything in here. So good panel here. All right. We're still in one piece, I see, says Hawkman. I think I can conjure a spell too, but Zatanna is interrupted here, and suddenly they use like a some kind of psychic clamp in there. You can see his hands glowing here, creating this. And Hawkman says, that does it for these jokers. Now what? And you can see all of a sudden this chain is surrounding Hawkman. And Green Lantern says, Hawkman's mace chain is binding him, but I'm still free. And suddenly you can see out here, no, Green Lantern, stop. And he's like, who? And I like how characters just say, you. And so we've got, gosh, I almost said Starfire, Raven here. And she tells Green Lantern, please, I beseech you, let those sorcerers do what they must. And Green Lantern says, you know we can't, Raven. You were told that before, and I can't let you interfere with us now. So Green Lantern creates like a prison for her. And she says, your power cage may hold my mortal form, but it is useless in stopping my soul self, she says. I'm sorry, but the sorcerers must complete their mission. And you can see her kind of taking him down here. And again, these really cool vertical panels. I always admire people that are able to do vertical panels just because I really can't. When I don't know. I try, but it just I'm never able to get all these things that these guys are able to get. So kudos. Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane's are the kings of vertical panels. So Green Lantern says, how many times do we have to tell you, huh? And you can see him using his power ring. Her astral form image slipped past my beam, says Green Lantern. I can see that this is useless, she thinks, and she gets back into her body here. You can see her soul. To achieve victory, my answers lie elsewhere. So like the Atom on Batman's shoulder. The girl failed to stop them. Then it is up to us, says whatever those threes were. Our mission is too vital. No one may be permitted to interfere with us. No one. And so you can see him or them kind of dismantling the Justice League here. Go, Raven. Time is of the essence, they say here. Gosh. Perez, just so good. Then I will delay no longer, says Raven. Faith be with you, my friends. And so we get a narration here. She is gone, but to where? To some strange faraway city, to some distant continent, or to some world that exists neither in time nor space. And so, look at this. Oh, George Perez is so good. There can be no ready answer, for she is in a place like no other. And you can see her right here in the middle. This is the Temple Azarath, and it sparkles with beauty seen only once before, in an ancient Earthian garden lost 1,000,000 millennia ago. So they mean the Garden of Eden here. Is there anyone here who can help me? Oh, sorry. If there's anyone here who can help me, it is Arella. She holds the ultimate key, but can I persuade her to use it, she says. And so Arella says, it was a mistake for you to come here, Raven. You knew our rules when you left. To forsake Azarath means never to return, she says. But I need your help. Our home world needs the help only you can give. Can you turn your back on the world of your birth, says Raven as she takes off her cloak here. Can you permit untold millions to be crushed by the merciless grip of Trigon the Terrible, she pleads here. Can you let your own daughter die? Can you, mother? So this is her mom. Arella knows her bond, Raven. More than you, it would seem. There is a will to all. If Trigon destroys the earth, that too is willed. So Raven says, you're giving excuses as always. You run instead of fighting for what you believe in. And they say here, we believe to fight is to degrade oneself. No, you're wrong. You're all wrong, says Raven. That is enough, daughter. As always, you rebel against the teaching of Azarath. I still love you, Raven, but you should not have come. And you can see her. I need you. We need your aid. You're the only one who can stop Triga, Mother, for Azar's love. She's screams here, and you can see here that she is begone. We cannot help you or the earth, but I offer you love and prayer and strength. Hey, just like when just like when there's some kind of crisis. Thoughts and prayers. And Raven says, no matter, please do not do this. Don't send me back home. Okay, so it went down and then to the side here. And so you can see Raven returning here. And she begins to get up here and says, it's no use. Trigon will come, and there are none who can stop him. And off panel here, Raven. And she says, that voice, it's impossible. How did you get here? You were captured by the Fearsome Five. How did you get free? And Starfire says, Robin, she seems confused. And Cyborg says, if you ask me, Starfire, that witch lost her marbles ages ago. And Wonder Girl says, no, Cyborg, look at her eyes. Something's wrong. And Robin says, what are you talking about, Raven? Who are the Fearsome Five? So something's up here. And we get the title, The New Teen Titans Against All Friends. And of course, Marv Wolfman and George Perez co-plotted together. Wolfman is the scripter. Perez is the penciler. So he is not inking himself at this time. And Raven says, the Fearsome Five are probably marked down from the Fearsome 10. What else? Garfield, you survived as well. Garfield, of course, always making jokes, and so I think he's Beast Boy at this time. I always struggle. Changeling or Beast Boy. It's the same. And he says, if you mean Cyborg, he hasn't smashed me yet. Yeah. And Kid Flash, who was Wally West during this time. I've checked the whole building, and I still don't know who built this place. Raven, when did you get here? And Raven says, none of you remember. And Robin says, are you all right, Raven? And Kid Flash, man, there's a lot of people here. I'm sorry. Kid Flash says, you look like you've seen a ghost. And Raven says, please, my friends, you must believe me. We battled a group who called themselves the Fearsome Five. They captured you as I vanished. And Robin says, your disappearing act is something I want to talk about, Raven. Not now, Robin. Give the lady a break, says Kid Flash. And Raven says, wait, I can prove it. Cyborg's hand was crushed in no. And Cyborg's like, you want to count them, sister? 5 fully operational hydraulic fingers. Batteries not included, he says here. And you can see Raven kind of desperate here. There can only be one answer. For reasons of their own, the Fearsome Five erased your memories and sent you back here to Titan's Tower. But Biazar, why? Why? And Kid Flash says, come on outside, Raven. You need some fresh air. Then we're all going to have a really long talk. So here it says elsewhere. And here you can see Simon and the rest of the Fearsome Five looking on. The omniscope you placed in Cyborg's repaired hand works well, Gizmo, as well as my own psionic tampering with their minds. And Simon continues here. At the proper moment, they will indeed destroy the Justice League for us. And, oh my gosh, Dr. Light says, hold it, Simon. I formed the Fearsome Five, remember? How dare you take control? And Simon says, how dare I, Dr. Light? And you can see him using his psychic powers. And Dr. Light, it hurts. As he goes, ugh. And Simon continues, my incredible power allows me to dare anything. With a thought, I could melt you where you stand, or send you hurtling lost forever through endless space, or even banish you to the distant past to meet a more grisly end. Here, I love it. Kind of eaten by a creature here. And Dr. Light kind of falls here. Simon now controls this little group, and be glad he does. Or else your plan to destroy the Justice League would end, as have all your other ludicrous attempts in folly. Now leave me to prepare. The time quickly comes for the final battle. And Dr. Light says, lousy filth. I should kill him for humiliating me. And I forget her name here, but she says here, Mammoth and I don't like him any more than you do, Dr. Light. And Dr. Light says, then you and your brother will join me, Shimmer? There's her name. You can count on Gizmo too. And Dr. Light says, good. After Simon destroys the Justice League, we shall destroy him. Then whatever's left of the world will divide 4 ways. So, all right. So now we got the League we got the Titans outside. And so Wonder Girl says, frankly, guys, Raven's awfully convincing. And Kid Flash says, she's telling the truth. I'm sure of it. And Kid Flash has like a little crush on her. And Cyborg says, so we fought some creeps and don't remember it. Oh, sorry, don't remember it. So what? And Changeling says, in your case, Cyborg, mind control could only help. And Robin says, knock it off, Changeling. Someone's obviously using us, but why? And Raven says, the answer lies with Trigon. Only he could manipulate such forces so casually and from so great a distance, she says here. So, and so she continues her story here. It is time for you, it is time, my friends, for you to know of Trigon the Terrible and learn at last why the Titans have been formed here. Trigon's story began long ago in another world, in another dimension. There, the planet's last inhabitants assembled for a ceremony of blasphemous intent. And so you can see here, these beings were demon worshippers, and they sought to raise their particular Satan for him to mate with a woman of their dark order. And so you can see here, their chance reached the netherworld, and they called upon their dark demon to appear before them in his shadow form. 9 months later, a child spawned of evil was born, and this child was Trigon. Instantly he slew all around him, including the woman who had birthed him. Trigon grew more malevolent with every passing day. He ruled his world at the age of 1, and he destroyed that world when he turned 6. By the time the supreme evil was 30, he ruled the entire dimension and the million planets contained within. He had a universe to play with as he saw fit, but even this was not enough. Trigon wanted more, much more. Well, power begets power. So here you can see as she tells the stories here. And then he learned of our universe. Oh, he's kind of cute. And now, because of the Justice League, Trigon will be able to bridge the gulf between dimensions and do to us what he's done to all others. And Changeling says, holy cow, no wonder you wanted us to stop them. And Robin says, but we don't know what to do now, don't we? But we know what to do now, don't we? And believe it, bad boy, says Cyborg. Let's go, Titans. We've got to destroy the Justice League. Maybe stop them. So, and Raven says, destroy. No, there's another way. And she's like, curse me for a fool. Of course, that is why the fearsome 5 freed them. They've turned the Titans into mind control assassins. And so you can see here the video camera. So, and so we've got somebody else that is apparently looking at her. And so whoever is on the shadows here says, fascinating. These titans already work as one. Well, soon enough, I'll learn if my presenting them with Titan's towers accomplishes all I've intended. Quite soon enough. So, here we go into the JLA satellite. What else could we do, Zatanna? Those sorcerers were gone when we awoke. And so, Zatanna says, we should be searching for them. And Green Lantern says, searching where? My ring can't even, can't help. Even your magic failed you. And Batman says, it's best to conserve our energy, plan our next moves, so we'll be ready this time. And then Hawkman interrupts. We got visitors coming up the transporter tube, friends. And Zatanna says, visitors? Who? I love the Z on her earrings. That is such a 50s and 60s and such an old-fashioned thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed on Thor, he's got the little T on his belt. So, and Wonder Woman says, who is it, Hawkman, and why are you letting them use the tube? It's only set up to bring up Justice League members. And Hawkman says, it's all right. I just reset the programming. I don't think you'll mind. After all, when was the last time they visited us? And so we've got Wally and Robin and Wonder Girl. And so Wonder Woman recognizes them. And Wonder Woman says, I thought you disbanded the Teen Titans. And Robin says, we did, but this is the new Teen Titans with some other members. And Hawkman says, it's good to see you again. What brings you up here? And Kid Flash says, shall we show them, Robin? We may as well. Wonder Girl, ready when you are, Rob. So then let's attack. And so off they go here. You can see him using his vibrations to kind of create a wind and knocks them away. Green Lantern says, they've got to be imposters. And Hawkman says, but they're not. The computer cleared them before transporting them up here. And Wonder Woman says, well, something sure turned them against us. And I thought it was Adam. Green Lantern says, hold it. Robin's tampering with the transponder. I'm just resetting these controls, Lantern. If we're to stop the Justice League, we'll need all our power. And so here come the rest of the Titans here. And so I'll just kind of narrate a little bit here so we can get this moved along here. Donna kind of distracts Wonder Woman, and Starfire strikes here. Again, vertical panels. And Green Lantern, too many characters. Green Lantern stops Starfire, but that's one way. During this time, I believe there was an impurity to yellow, so he uses his cape to stop it and then kicks him. And Batman says, all right, Robin, that's quite enough. So, and of course, it's like Batman. And so, Batman takes on Robin. He says, Batman, you've been putting me down for months now. It's about time someone turned the tables on you. So Batman thinks he's being controlled, and he figures it out here. And he's like, no use sparring, I need answers. And he hits him in the back. He says, listen to me, Robin, you're being used. No way, Batman. Nobody uses me anymore, including you. And Cyborg grabs Batman here and kind of pushes him here. And you can see the Titans kind of taking it to the Justice League. There's zero way with Wonder Woman could crush all of them. So, all right. And so the Atom gets real small and gets in her ear, kind of creating a vertigo effect here. And look at this. They knocked Wonder Woman down. She's one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. So, all right. And so Raven shows up here and says, Zatanna, you must not harm them. They know you must be stopped, but they're being controlled, forced to slay you. But to stop them before they accomplish that, the Justice League must die. I love the little skull on her eyelid, and again, some more vertical panels here. And so you can see the Justice League here being terminated. It's most likely an illusion, I would say. And so everyone kind of looks upon them, and they're like, "Oh, they were our friends. Why did I?" And Robin says, "Something tells me we're about to find out. What did you do to the League, Riven? They aren't dead, are they?" "No, they'll live. You saw an illusion similar to the one I let Grant Wilson see. They're being held in time stasis for us now. All will soon become clear, my friends, when we reach the ceremony." And so she disappears, and Cyber's kind of tired of it. So, and so here we go, and she's taking them to this other dimension here, and you can see that they are going to try and summon Trigon again. It looks like it here. And so it looks like they're trying to stop Trigon not summoning him here. So these guys brought him here. And this guy says, "Let the truth be revealed to them at last. Once they have perceived the peril we face." We sense it too, Allegor. And Wonder Girl says, "Everything's growing cold, like the very pits of hardcore. Something tells me I'm not gonna like whatever happens next." And you can see Trigon here says, "You believe you can suppress the power of Trigon. You are fools. I will not be constrained for long." And you can see he knocks out the Titans here. And this guy says Trigon plays with them as he always has with us. "Look, Trigon brings the others to battle our champions." And so here are the Justice League here. "You found them, Zatanna. I wish I had, Hawkman, but someone else brought us here. Well, it doesn't matter who done it. There are the Titans, so let's get this over with." "Wait, Green Lantern, let me try first." And so she does a spell and holds him here, and down goes Green Lantern. Says, "We are not the enemy. You must believe us." "Listen, Pops, Zatanna picked up magic emanations which were creating massive holes in the Earth's ozone layers, and 3 guesses where those emanations came from, huh?" And so the Justice League is fighting those guys here. And so they're fighting like, "All right, we're going to have to destroy you because you're causing a whole mess here." This guy says, "We have preceded Trigon to 100 different planets, and hundreds of times we have failed to stop him. But we must not fail again. We must not permit him to ravage a brand new dimension and 1,000,000 worlds more." So, and back then these issues were like 25 pages. So, we still got a couple more pages left. Amazing how much was done back in the day here. So, and so this guy releases the Titans here, and Wally kind of knocks her down, and again the Titans and the Justice League are off to have another fight here. And Robin says, "The jail is overpowering us, Raven. Isn't there any way that we can convince them?" And she says, "I have tried, Robin, but to know." She goes, "What? It is suddenly all too late," she says. "Trigon is free." And Trigon says, "Those sorcerous fools failed to stop me again. Will they never learn that Trigon is invincible? Trigon, please, while there is still time, go elsewhere. Leave this world alone. This dimension you rule is large enough for you." "No, Trigon hungers for even greater power. A power I can only claim by conquering this new dimension. I will not forfeit such power for any man or beast." I've always said power begets power. So it's like in politics, those who don't have power are trying to acquire power, and those who have power are trying to keep the power. It is always a struggle between those who have no power and those who do. So and so we continue here. Goron is the first to arrive, and once he has tamed your people's flesh, then I shall arrive to claim their fragile souls. And so, and everyone is down. So, Trigon is gone, says Changeling, but he will return, says Raven. I don't know how, but I could actually feel his evil, says Changeling. Trigon was born without a heart or a soul. He is capable of the most blasphemous evils. And Batman says, all right, Robin, what was all this about? And you kids better have an explanation. And Robin says, first off, we're not kids. We're the Titans, not some junior Justice League. And look at this. Nice, like this panel here. Second, you big shots really blew it this time. Those sorcerers you were so anxious to get rid of, well, they were trying to stop some creep named Trigon from destroying our world. And because of your self-righteous superheroes, those sorcerers were thwarted. Trigon is free. And how do you know all this, says Batman. Raven told us. She's the one who brought us together. And Zatanna says, weeks ago, she appeared before the League telling us the same story. I used my magic to check her out, and I discovered her incredible evil within her. No, the evil is in my heritage, not me. Please, you must believe me. Trigon will destroy our world as he has so many others. I needed help, and you rejected me. Is it any wonder I created these new Teen Titans to stand beside me? And so, Zatanna continues, it's a group built on lies, Raven, and you even used your powers to make Kid Flash think he loved you, so he would join you after first turning you down. I'm sorry, Raven. I had to tell what I knew to be true. Wait. What do you mean? She used her power to make me love her? Raven, tell them that's a lie. And she says, I care for you, but your power was the one I desperately needed. Please understand. Please forgive me. So, and Wonder Girl says here, if you used him, you must have used all of us. How could you, Raven? We trusted you. And she's like, but Trigon has to be stopped, and only you could. Trigon, who is he, witch lady? Your ex-boyfriend finding out you lied to him too? And so they all walk away. Please don't go. Trigon is coming. Please, I need all of you beside me. Please believe me. You must believe me. Don't you understand? Our world is doomed. And so Trigon watches here as both the Titans and the League leave, and she is all alone. So, next issue, Trigon Lives, the origin of Raven, and surprises galore. New Teen Titans number 4 by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Like and subscribe. I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.